ready for bed?
Didn't expect that one. Well, I am actually, yes.
No, I mean that must be. It was can't really have asked any more from the team. It was quite a difficult first half, though.
It was difficult. I think we expected it to be difficult. They played low, they protected space really well, minimised our opportunities really to get in behind their back line. So it was a day to be patient. We knew the chances would come, and it was just if we could take them when they arrived. And I think the goal right on half time obviously is a massive turning point in the game.
Can I just ask about Kieran Trippier, 34, 35 in September, but there's not many better players in his position in the Premier League, are there?
No, I don't think there are. I think it's a real testament to his ability, his physical ability to do what he does at his age is not easy. He's playing in one of the hardest positions to execute. His cross for the second goal just sums up his quality, really. He's a difference maker for us. He brings obvious qualities on the ball, but his leadership skills and his experience helps us in so many different ways.
You want to keep him next season?
Yeah, I mean, it goes without saying. We want to keep our best players and add to the squad if possible. That's a big thing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Luke. We go to Lee, Scott, and then George, please. Lee.
Eddie, what was your verdict when the Bobby Robson chant was going around the ground from both sets of fans? It was quite a moving time.
Yeah, I think that there's so much respect for Sir Bobby and everything that he did for both football clubs. I think it's a great thing that we're able to celebrate him as a person and forget the rivalry of the game for a moment. I think Ipswich are a brilliant football club and he graced them for so many years and did unbelievable things there. So it's nice just to pay tribute to the man, really.
To climb back in the third place was an important psychological boost, I guess.
Well, it was. I mean, I think when you're running out of games as we are, you want to get back into the positions that you want to be in. So we know how tight it is. We know the quality of clubs we're competing against. But all we can do is try and win our games. A big step forward today.
Just on Joe Linton, has there been any update?
Yeah, he's going to see a specialist actually. I'm sure he'll be scanned there as well. But he trained yesterday, but just felt his knee wasn't 100% right, and that's the knee that he had an injury with earlier in the season. He's done brilliantly to play through the number of games that he has without being 100% fit. But he got to the point where he felt needed a slight intervention. So let's keep our fingers crossed it's not serious.
Excellent. Scott.
Just one on Willis and Anthony, and you obviously got the goal there. Big moment for him. How much do you think he's come on this season, and at what level do you think he's capable of being at next season?
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one to judge, but we think he's improved. But obviously, the acid test will be when he performs on the pitch and in the team. And today, I thought he was excellent. He came on at right wing, which is a totally different position. I know it's obvious, but it's a totally different position and different skill set to playing as a 9. But I thought he looked a real threat. He looked quick and athletic. And the goal, I thought, was an outstanding finish. He's 6'3", verging on 6'4", so he needs to be a physical presence. He needs to use his aerial skills. Delighted that he got his first Premier League goal.
And that's a few games in a row now where Anthony's been available, but Harvey's kept his place. I mean, what does it say for how pleased you've been with Harvey Barnes' performances over the last month or so that he's keeping Anthony out with the ball?
Yeah, I think Harvey's been outstanding since he got his opportunity in the team. I think he grabbed it with both hands, and that's all he can do. Anthony, I don't think still 100% match fit. This week in training, he's still aware of some feeling in his knee, so we need to protect him and make sure that when we bring him back into the team, that he's 100% fit.
Thanks, Scott. We'll go to Georgie and Don, please. George?
Hi, Eddie. It was great to see you back out there. Obvious question, but how was it for you?
Well, it was great with the result. Makes a big difference. I was lacking in energy today, so JT took most of the reins from the touchline. Obviously, my ability to shout is reduced, but I'm just pleased that I was able to lead the team and be back out where I love to be.
Yeah, it felt like it was a different role for you. You were kind of on the bench quite a lot, and Jason, was it difficult to kind of rein yourself in at all?
No, not really, because I'm still, if I'm here, I'm all in and I'm leading the team. So it's just, I think we over-egg the importance of the touchline really, because the players can't hear what you're saying anyway. So you think they can, but they can't. So I was just pleased to lead the team and very pleased with how we played.
20 seconds in, Eddie Howe's black and white army, that brings out obviously you know that must have pleased you.
Well, it means so much because I've always said from day one here that the biggest thing we can have is unity from top to bottom. Without that, the job becomes so much more difficult. And if you've got the supporters, love the players, and hopefully love the manager as well, it goes a long way to creating an atmosphere that the players can express themselves in.
Ian?
Eddie, it's been a historic season, it's been an enjoyable season, it's been a great season. But do you have to qualify for the Champions League now to avoid it being ultimately a disappointing season?
Yeah, it's difficult to think of sort of answers to that question because we're very much in the middle of trying to achieve it. I don't want to go there and think about what if we don't. Let's just think if we do, and I think be really positive. We've got 4 huge games, 4 tough games. We acknowledge the fact the fixture list is difficult for us, but we've proved in the last, I think, 26 games our record is we've won 20. That's an unbelievable record, so we've been consistent. And we need to keep that consistency going for 4 more games.
And would Champions League qualification eclipse what happened at Wembley last week?
I don't know. I'll let other people judge that. I think for us, we're desperate to achieve it. It's going to be really tight. Potentially we'll go right to the end. We'll just give it our best shot.
John?
Hi Eddie, was Jason Tindall shown a yellow card?
Yeah, he was. It baffles me why, to be honest, because I was right there and I saw and heard everything. But to a degree, I think it's aimed purely at trying to stop Jason managing. But I was the one back in the dugout, so I don't see the issue.
You touched on his influence earlier, and his 3rd yellow card. I believe that means he's banned from Brighton. How big a blow would that be?
Yeah, again, let's not over again. The bigger blow would be losing a player. We're just there to support and help the players, and he'll still be doing that.
Thank you. We're Craig, Jordan and Kieran, please.
Hi, Eddie. Alex today has forced the red card and Scaly scored the penalty. But do you think he's still not where he was pre-cup final in terms of that overall performance? What's your assessment of where he is at? You do agree with that? Is there a reason for it?
Well, I think, yeah, in part Ipswich's game plan would have been to stop Alex today. So I think the reducing of space, the low defensive line does limit his ability to bring his main strengths to the game. Of course, as a team, then we still need to find a way to get him into the game. And I felt we did, and I felt he did. I felt he improved as the game went on. Is he at the absolute top of his game at the moment? Possibly not, but I think that's the same with any player. There'll be little peaks and troughs. The most important thing is throughout the season that he's still contributing and scoring massive goals for us. And we back him to rediscover that. And we're talking 1 or 2% back into his game very quickly.
Jordan?
Just one on the penalty, obviously a big moment in the game as well. Did you feel it was a penalty?
Well, I felt instantly it was a penalty. I felt Jacob was stopped. I wasn't sure whether VAR would get involved and force the referee's hand. I was obviously pleased that they did because my initial view it was a clear penalty. But was it a clear and obvious error? People that would have seen it again will tell me. I haven't had that luxury yet.
Kieran?
I think it's quite emotional for you to see the crowd after being away to that prospect. You feel a while away only a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I was focusing purely on the game, so I wouldn't say necessarily it was emotional for me. I think it's been a very emotional few weeks for me, I have to say. I think I've gone from sort of highs and lows, and you sort of look at things differently and you appreciate everything a lot more. So I appreciate being here today. I appreciate everything to do with Newcastle. I appreciate the support I've had, and in a sense that's made me very emotional. But I think when it's business time and it's game time, you turn up and we've got to do our job and try and win.
Can I ask about the responsibility you felt to come back so quickly, relatively speaking? I don't think anyone would begrudge you taking another game or the rest of the season off even. Why did you feel like that was usually maybe?
Yeah, I feel it's my duty. Now that's I have to be able to perform though. So I was only going to come back if I could give the players what they need and they could look at me and see me as myself, not a pale imitation. So I felt this week I was strong enough to do that. And then, as I said, I feel it's my duty. So I've got to be here as quickly as I can, as long as I'm able to execute what I need to do.
Mark? No?
Sven Botman came back today. I mean, he's a little bit ahead of probably where he thought he was going to be. How big is that, and what does it say about him that he's been able to come?
Yeah, he is slightly ahead, but he trained this week and trained really well. Looked excellent. He's looked after himself. He's done everything right to try and come back as quickly as possible. He is a great professional. And he's also a big presence for us. We've missed him. It's great to be able to bring him on the pitch in a game that maybe wouldn't stress him as much as normal. So it was a perfect reintroduction to the game.
Just finally as well, what does it say about this team that they can lose like they did last week and then bounce back in the way that they have done today? They seem to be able to keep them doing that quite a lot this season.
Well, I think you have to. It's needs to be one of your core strengths. You're going to have disappointing days. You're going to have poor performances. You're going to have results that you don't want. The key is to make sure that doesn't happen again on a regular basis, and the ability to bounce back and to show the mental resolve needed to respond, I think, is one of our best characteristics. Now we've got 4 games left. We can't really afford any errors now, so let's focus on the next match.
Thanks, Mark. Aaron, to finish, please.
Eddie, there was a big call in midfield. Can you just talk about your thinking about why it was Joe Willis or maybe Louis Miley took a big stroke?
Yeah, always a tough decision, but I think Joe Linton has played on the left for us. Joe Willock is a natural player that wants to play on the left, although he's right-footed, very similar to Joe Linton. So it's to sort of keep the rhythm of the team rather than bring someone who maybe prefers to play on the right like Louis. So that was behind my thinking. Joe Willock's an outstanding player. In his own right, he's done some really good things for us this season. I think he'll benefit from the game today. He's got a big part to play in our last 4 games.
You look like you got a little bit of a frustrated figure when he was coming off. Did you get that sense watching him after the game?
I think every player will want to play for the whole game. I understand that, as long as it's not evident to the player coming on that they're overly disappointed. I think Joe understands that we're building his fitness back up still. He hasn't had a lot of 90 minutes, but that will be important minutes for him today.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.